Oh no. Oh. Gonna have to empty all this out again. Welcome back to the channel, guys, girls. Sorry it's been so long. Work and loads of stuff going on, weddings, and it's been a good time though, can't complain. So today's mission, we're going to try and get this thing sorted out. We took it out on its maiden voyage and had a couple of issues, breakdowns and whatnot, which was fun. We got it back in one piece. So we're going to try and tackle that. Okay, let's see if this thing will fire up. Yeah. Oh, it smells so nice in here. You can't beat that old smell of half leather and petrol. Alright, let's see if this thing starts. Oh, there we go. Lovely jubbly. Oh man, I love this car. They just don't make them like this anymore. What a machine. It's just so basic, and I mean it's not fast, but it's so fun to drive. I can't explain how much fun it is to drive. Oh, no power steering. Oh, gotta have strong arms for this. Let's try and get this thing out and right, smashing it into the garage. Gonna clear. Yeah, we're good. Here we go. Go with a bit of a wash, to be honest. She's a bit dirty, but I don't know if the weather is you know, I suppose me washing it and then putting it back in the garage is probably a waste of time. There we go, that's that anyway. So yeah, so just what I was going back to about saying the car was breaking down, and it's a really common problem with these old Peugeots, well, like the 205s anyway, from what I've experienced. Here, we'll just switch this off a sec because so noisy. Yeah, so this here is the fuel relay, and it's located literally, you just remove this panel here, you've got a screw there. There's a couple of screws underneath there. You pull this bit out here and there's a screw in there, and basically what you tend to find is your fuel pump and the sender is under the seat here. So there's your fuel pump. Now when you sort of put the ignition on of the car, you should hear, I don't know if it'll pick it up on the camera, but if we try it now, can you hear that lot? And that's basically the fuel pump activating. Now these yeah, let me just flip this camera around so you can see me. Right, so why am I upside down? That's weird. There we go. Right, yeah, so from what I understand, these Peugeots, the fuel pump on it, no, correct me if I'm wrong because I'm no expert, like, but it primes to start off with to pressurize the fuel rail, yeah, and then it sort of, when you're cranking it over, it sort of has to reach a certain RPM for it, which is, I think, off the distributor maybe. Like I say, I'm no expert, but yeah, it's triggered off that, so you don't get constant fuel supply until the engine's up to speed, and then it will keep fueling it then. But yeah, what was happening was, for whatever reason, this relay, which, I mean, God, as you can see, there's one on the car, and there's another one there. Which was it? there's one of them that basically, it's not that one. Oh no, it's not that one either. I thought I had one that was in pieces so you could see inside it, but obviously not. I'll tell you what, I'll take one apart and then you can see what I'm on about. Just bear with me. Okay, so I've got it open. So somewhere there's like a little, is it there? Yeah, there you go. It's like a little contact on there that basically energizes the fuel pump. I mean, there's ways you can do it where, I can't remember, I'll put a wiring diagram up on the screen. But basically you can do it if you get stuck, just to test to make sure it is the relay. You basically get a bit of wire and sort of bridge it between the main live to give the fuel pump a direct feed. And then obviously if you can hear the pump is running, if you just basically take the I'll just show you under here. If you just take that off there and then just put it into like a container, and then just, I mean, you'll hear the pump anyway. It'll obviously start making a noise and hopefully pumping fuel through. I'd say if it doesn't, it's more than likely that the fuel pump's knackered on it. But yeah, I'd say if you're going to put that into a you know, like a container, just when you crank it, don't crank it for too long, because it's amazing how much fuel these things spit out. Yeah, so that's that really. But yeah, this one seems all sorted now since we've done that. It seems good. Still loads of jobs to do. We've got to sort the paint out on it. She's looking very tired, got a little bit of corrosion up here. The usual sort of like lacquer peel or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know if it is lacquer peel. I don't know if this car's been painted at some point badly, but yeah, it's starting to take its toll. You know, it's looking a bit unloved, but it is such a great car. I mean, I can't express what great cars these are. This is why they, you know, people love them, and they seem to, you know, sort of go for good money, because you can't buy cars like this anymore. They don't make them like this, you know. They're all just gadgets, you know. You can't even sort of drive these new cars now and have fun in them, because they don't want you to have fun in them. They want to control everything, you know, the speed, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good in a way. It makes things a lot safer, but it's so boring. It's so boring, you know. The thing of, you know, driving these cars, it makes you feel alive, you know. You learn a lot from him, from, you know, driving these cars, because there is no driver aids, you know. With these, they were really good for, you know, sort of lift off oversteer. You chuck them into a corner, let your foot off the accelerator, and the back end would come round, and then just, you know, give it a bit of opposite lock, stomp on the accelerator, and get it going in the right direction again. You know, like I say, nowadays most of the cars, something would happen, and a load of lights would flash up on the dashboard, and it'd probably go into limp mode or something, you know. These, like, obviously if you got it wrong, you'd end up in a hedge or in a ditch. But you soon learned your lesson, like, you know. That's why so many of these cars were written off and you know, don't exist anymore. I mean, there's still a load of them out there, but a lot of them you know, have been restored, or, you know, had engine conversions, and you know, there's not very many original cars left out there now. I mean, this one's, it's not completely standard, but it is pretty original, you know. It's not really being played around with too much. This, you know, little things. It's got an exhaust on it, and a bit of a smokier head, which I haven't even fitted yet. I've still got a new cylinder head right there ready to go on it. I've got so many bits, you know, all these like fog lights. I mean, these fog lights, these sell for absolutely ridiculous money. You know, I was going to put them on the car, but I don't know. You know, I'm just going to see what happens with those, to be honest. We've got the old Kenwood multi-changer there, new bottom arms, Two anti-roll bar bushes. What else we got? Brand new distributor in there. Brand new rear mud flaps. New clutch. Yeah. Even bought another parcel shelf for it, one that hadn't had the old 6v9s cut in it. I never did this. This was like it when I got the car. Somebody had obviously upgraded the speakers, put some JBLs in it. You know, I mean, to be honest, the original speakers were pretty pants, and you know, a lot of these cars of that era had the big sound systems in it. I mean, this car itself, when I had it, it had a, you know, subwoofer, and it had the 6v9s, had a couple of amps, but you know, it's amazing how much weight that adds to the car. And yeah, you know, these cars are all about lightweight and, you know, throwing them around. And when you're trying to throw them around and they've got a big subwoofer rolling around in the back of the car, it's yeah, it's great. It's great for if you like your music, but nowadays, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm too old for all that. I've got a more modern car, and to be fair, that is one thing I can say about modern cars, is the stereos in them are fantastic. You know, compared to the older stereos, they've really come on. You know, you don't really need to start ripping your car apart, and not unless you're really into, you know, face melting bass light. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. Let's get this car back together, and we'll try and crack on with 50 Shades of Red, and we'll have a look at that and see what we're planning to do with that thing, really.